take your brand new blade that you've never used and cut through nails. We're gonna cut aluminum. Let's cut some steel. Hi guys, I'm Richard Beck. You're watching Beck's Armory, and today I'm gonna review a really cool battery-powered miter saw that I got from Evolution Power Tools. Let's take a look at it. All right guys, I just filmed almost the entire video and I didn't have the light on. So let's start over. So what I have here is an amazing offering from Evolution Power Tools. So this is their multi-material cutting cordless 7¼ inch sliding miter saw. Wow, that is a mouthful. It has a lithium ion battery. It comes standard with a 4 amp hour battery. They sell 5 amp hour, they sell 8 amp hour batteries, they sell dual chargers. So with the dual charger and 8 amp hour batteries, you could take this thing to a job site and just let it rip. So just like most of them, it's got the little button here you press, that locks the blade if you want to change the blade. Speaking of the blade, it comes with their multi-cut blade. So the multi-cut blade, this blade is made from mild steel, it's made for aluminum, it's made for wood, it's made for plastic. Yeah, so the thing about this type of blade, it's a compromise blade, but it's great if you're a DIY hobbyist with limited space and you're gonna cut all kinds of stuff. You might cut tube steel today, you might cut bar stock aluminum tomorrow, you might cut PVC pipe, and maybe you'll even do that odd job where you're cutting wood. This is the blade for that. Now, if you're a trim carpenter, this isn't the blade for you, right? You want the specific blade for wood. And Evolution Power Tools makes a ton of blades. They have blades specifically for thick, mild steel. They have blades for stainless steel. They have blades for aluminum. They have blades for thin sheet metal. They have blades for wood and plastic. They have a blade for everything. So if you are a contractor who does X, or you're a metal fabricator, just go ahead and buy the blade that's best for you. Don't go with the compromise blade that's good at everything. Get the blade that's the best at that one thing, if you know what that one thing is that you're gonna use a lot. So it has a hold down clamp for securing your parts or your wood or whatever you're gonna cut, and this can be run on both sides. It does clear if you clamp out here on this side. On this side, it's got plenty of space. So yeah. So that's nice. The fence back here is adjustable. You know, it gives you lots of support here, but if you're gonna cut at an angle, of course, you're gonna have to move that out of the way. One really cool feature that I love about this saw is right down here. So look at this, guys. These notches are beveled. So the cool thing about beveled notches is that you don't have any play even when it's unlocked. See? So when you rotate and it goes in there, it's not like a parallel slot that has slop in it. It doesn't have to have any slop because they're beveled. So it's really solid even without, you know, locking it down. Now, it also goes to 50 degrees in both directions. My DeWalt saw does not do that. It only goes 45 degrees, and this is buttery smooth. Also, if you're a trim carpenter and you do crown molding, this has predetermined notches. 31.6 on that side, has a 31.6 on that side, and it's a notch. It's predetermined. Like, you don't have to like figure out it locks into position at that spot. Also, it has a pin down here that if you engage this pin, it will lock at 33.9 degrees. So I read the owner's manual because I had no idea what these were for, and it says for crown molding. So you wood guys are gonna have to tell me if that's a cool feature or not. It's one that I'll never use, but it's on here, right? So I'm just gonna pull that out because if I rotate, I'll probably do 22.5 or I'll do 45. Also, you do have a set screw down here for fine tuning your 45 degree adjustment. So, or your 0 actually. This fine tunes your 0. And this one down here fine tunes your 33.9. So both of those are adjustable. Also, just like most, you have a pin here in the back for when you want to carry it around. The slide can be locked or unlocked. For cutting steel and aluminum, I would always lock that. I would definitely not cut steel or aluminum with a slide unlocked. So, I am actually going to get a 2x4 here pretty soon, and we are going to see how many cuts we can get out of a single 4 amp battery. But first, I want to make sure that I cover all of the features. Oh, one other feature right here, this guy right here. So if you put that down and you adjust this, you can set any height that you want it to stop at. So that's a height stop. So now it'll only go that far. If you flip it out of the way, it goes all the way down. Also, something that I've always wanted that my old saw didn't have was this feature. So it illuminates and casts a shadow that shows you exactly where the cut is going to happen before it happens. So you don't have to wait and make a mark on your trim or your piece of metal. When you engage the little switch here, the safety, it automatically lights up. So that's a cool feature that I'm excited about. Yeah, as far as the shop vac, you can pick it up with one finger. I'm gonna do a whole video on the shop vac, and I'm gonna do a whole video on the stand, right? I think I've covered all the features of the saw. It's super lightweight. I'll put a note on the screen right now that actually has the weight, just because I don't have it memorized, but it's right here. This is how much it weighs, and that is very, very impressive. Also, all this stuff folds up and can be put out of the way. A lot of guys who watch my channel, you're very limited on space, and so you need small tools like this that you can stuff on a shelf or throw up in the attic and then get down as needed. So I'm gonna set up a tripod, I'm gonna get a 2x4, and we are gonna see how many cuts we can make with a single battery. Okay, so I haven't made any cuts on this saw yet. It's brand new, never cut anything. I've got a 4 amp hour battery. She's fully charged. I've got the multi-cut blade, and I've got a 2x4, and I'm gonna make a whole bunch of tiny cuts, and we'll see how long this, this battery lasts. Also, I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, of course it's gonna cut great. It's a brand new saw blade. But I went ahead and I put 5 nails in the end of this board right here. And we're gonna cut through those the first couple cuts. So that's going to take the idea that this is a brand new blade out of the equation. So I put 4 of these in the end of that 2x4, and we're gonna cut through them, and then we're gonna continue to cut and cut and cut. So the first couple cuts I'll do in real time, and then I'll go to time lapse so you don't have to sit here for 5 minutes while I try to kill the battery. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut through that, cut through the nails. Turn on our shop vac. There you have it. Cut right through the nails as if they weren't even there. Now, these nails are still in there. They're still in there an inch or so. So the next like 10 cuts are all gonna be cutting through nails. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lock the slide because we don't need to do a sliding cut to get through a 2x4. So I'm gonna lock the slide. I'm gonna flip you guys over to time lapse, and we're gonna do this really fast. Okay, I know I was gonna cut until the battery ran out, but it's not even slowing down, and I've been cutting for, I don't even know how long. This was the last cut I made, and this is not a designated wood blade. Remember, this is the multi-cut blade, the blade that I used to cut through all of these nails over and over and over again. And still, after all that cutting, I've been cutting for 10 minutes and 25 seconds, basically non-stop, and this thing is just as good as, you know, the first cut that I made. So you can see right here is more of the chopped off right through the steel nails. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna just sit here and cut for an hour. You know what, there's a meter on the battery, so the battery has only lost 1 out of 4 bars. All right, so now that we've cut the wood, we've cut through the nails, we're gonna cut a little bit of aluminum here, all right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lock it because I don't want it grabbing and jerking around on me. So personally for steel, I always lock the slide. I'm also gonna make sure I'm touching both sides. That way it has no, doesn't want to jerk on me. This is a short piece, so I can't really, I mean, I could probably clamp it, but YOLO. So you'll notice there, it does have an overcurrent. Look at this, guys. I'm touching this. It's cold to the touch. So I just cut through that. You try to do that with an abrasive saw, it's going to be like 900 degrees. It's going to burn your fingerprints right off. So you'll notice when I was cutting, it did stop for a second. I had to let off the trigger and then re-engage it. So there must be some current protection. If you push too hard, it's not going to overdraw on the current. It's just going to kick off for a moment. But I was pushing a little bit hard. I was trying to be super impressive and just slam through it. But that's a pretty nice cut, and it's cold, like I said. Let's cut some steel. All right, so here I have some thick wall steel tubing. This is 1/4 inch thick wall, 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch tubing. So let's cut some steel. Look at that. Cold to the touch. Nice cut right there. Steel, 1/4 inch thick. Let's grab some thinner wall stuff and cut that. Okay. Here I have some 1.5 by 1.5 inch with 11 gauge wall, which is 1/8 of an inch thick. Let's cut this. Right there, cold to the touch. See my breath out here. So yeah, that's a beautiful cut. Look at that. I don't know if you can see in the video or not, but it's a perfectly shiny cut. No burrs. Man, that is beautiful. With a battery-powered chop saw, guys. This is crazy. And let's go back to cutting some wood. So now we've been cutting steel, we've been cutting aluminum. I didn't cut all the way through that one. I pulled up a little early, but yeah. So there you have it, guys. This is an absolute amazing saw. You can cut steel, you can cut aluminum, you can cut wood, you can cut through nails, and it keeps on chugging. This bit looks great. So once again, if you are interested in purchasing anything from evolutionpowertools.com, make sure you use my promo code and you will save 5%, and that will help out the channel. Evolution Power Tools has come in really big and really helped out the channel. They supplied these tools for me to test, and that's why I'm able to torture them, because I'm not at risk of losing my investment. But you just saw me cut wood, you saw me cut through nails, you saw me cut steel, you saw me cut aluminum, and the battery is still kicking, guys. We still have 2 out of the 4 bars on this battery, and that's after cutting all of that stuff. So this is a heavy-duty beast. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I'll be doing more content in the future, some long-term reviews. I'm going to do some content maybe with the stand, maybe with the shop vac that came with it. And thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel the way you guys have. See you later.